So close, just one little sliver left. And then we need to top coat everything and then treat some weeds in the back. And then this lot is gonna be looking good, real good. So as I lay all this beautiful rock, I tarped all of this. So weeds really shouldn't come up through this for a long time. They'll happen, it'll pop through spots or holes and stuff, and then eventually it'll all take over, but I've got a while here, I've got a weed barrier. But over there, what's really annoying is that used to be asphalt underneath that gravel I put down. Of course, I didn't tear up that asphalt thinking, oh, it'll be okay. I put it down in the winter time shortly after I bought this place. Well, I regret it now. I should have tore up the asphalt, put down a weed barrier, and I didn't, and now it's all coming through. So now I need something to treat all these weeds with because I'm tired of seeing them. So I think that might be what we do today. All right, that's it. I'm done. No more buying tarp, no more buying rock. I'm gonna basically take what's left of that rock over there, which is probably another 100 tons. And we're just gonna top coat everything, smooth it all out, make it, I mean, this gravel goes on forever, it seems like. And then we got the start of our mini transfer station here. We're gonna let this kind of pack down in the rain hopefully soon because it's very kind of sandy and soft. I might even scrape away a couple more layers here because, well, I know there's a line going through here somewhere, so I'm trying to be careful, but I wanna just kind of maybe get this down a little bit so then we don't have to build the hill up as tall, and then basically maybe a 20 or 30 yard dumpster can sit here. You'll understand why that's a significant comment if you follow the channel. If I can get a 30 yard to fit here and the equipment to haul it, we'll be moving. But it's about 110 degrees here. I am ready to call it out here, go do something else. Go do a couple drop-offs. Boom, 20 yard coming in hot. We're over here at one of my rentals where it's just also where I store one of my dumpsters. And when I first moved back to town, I had a riding lawnmower that I gave to my little brother to use, and then he left it in this place, which then I later bought from him. So we're gonna steal this for my project.
Turn your wheel.
Yep.
Straighten your wheel.
Straighten your wheel out. There you go. Look at that. Of course, I'm home alone now, and I've got to get it off. Of course, the smart thing to do is just let the winch out slow with the remote and just roll nice and easy down. I don't have a lot of smart ideas. I know this is going to be stupid. That didn't sound good. All right, so I'm missing the plate here. I think I know where it's at though, but I don't know what gear I'm in. But I will say it's late at night, and I remember this thing being just crazy loud. This thing actually was really, really fast stock. So the goal here is we're gonna pop off these old pulleys, replace them with bigger pulleys, and see if we can make this thing even a little bit faster so we can use it for what I want. But let's see, I charged the battery just a little bit. No way. I haven't even tried to start this thing in 3 years. I'm sure it has like 0 gas, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, it's still clean too. Get a little bit in here, it might fire up, but gosh, I do remember this thing being so loud. My neighbors are gonna hate me. Not my problem. And this is actually why it was so loud. There's supposed to be like an exhaust muffler right here. And I kid you not, I was cutting my grass one day and this thing shot off like a rocket. I mean, it just snapped off and broke. I bought a replacement one and then I just never replaced it. And so I'd be cutting my grass at 8 a.m. and this thing would be waking everybody up. No way, just like that. Whoops. So it's Saturday and we're picking up a dumpster real quick. Again, Sully's still on summer vacation, so he loves helping. We're getting this picked up, and now that it's the daytime, we're gonna go back and work on that mower, get it running. It needs a belt on it, so that's pretty much the reason. It's started and fired up, but it can't actually drive the motor or drive the wheels anywhere because, well, it's got no belt. All right, so it's daytime now, and well, my neighbors can hate me a little bit less, but here's what we got going. We got a pulley here and a pulley back here, and the pulley, well, this is like a tension pulley, and then there's one more pulley back here that goes to the transmission. We basically need to run a new belt that had broken. We need to run it back to those pulleys back there, because this is a 2-pulley system. Basically, the way it works is the motor drives one of these pulleys here, which this one looks like it fell off, but it drives these pulleys here, which then does that center pulley, and then it attaches to back there. You know, science things work that way, whatever. But what we also will probably do to make this thing quicker is, this is the drive pulley now. I believe this might be for the belt. So what we're actually gonna do is, because these things are kind of hard to, you know, I don't know, find bigger that will fit, we're probably gonna flip this thing over, and we're gonna basically turn it, the drive pulley for the motor into this one. That way we have more speed. Bigger pulley up front, we'll get more speed back here. So that's the grand plan. All right, so earlier we got the motor start with very little issue. Now we've got the belt drive to the transmission. I actually realized too that we are missing bolts to the actual engine. The engine was shaking like crazy, so the engine mounts were completely just rattling. So we tightened those down. Right now I have a whole $85 in this, and hear me out. I bought this 3 years ago for 75 bucks. The guy didn't think it worked. All I did was rehook the gas line up to this thing, and this thing fired right up. And then, well, that new belt, which cost me about, I don't know, 15 bucks. So right now we're about 85 bucks into this project, and I got 2 years of use out of this when I bought my first duplex. Bought my first duplex, the yard was big enough that I couldn't really push mow it, and I did not want to go buy a $500 mower. So I ended up finding this thing on this side of the road. And I didn't have a truck, so I literally drove it down the road, and that was the first mower I ever bought. All right, let's see if this thing starts anymore. Put this in gear 1. I think that is reverse. Oh, shoot, I need the battery. All right, something's wrong with that battery, so we're gonna use the booster. Let's see if that does it. Yeah, baby. All right, let's take that off. All right, let's see if this thing moves. We're in reverse, release the brake. Nothing's happening. Why is that? Huh, I don't know what I'm doing. Whoa, there we go. All right, I can't see what gear I'm in. Does reverse not work anymore? There it is. That's not quick. We need to figure out why. Turbo! All right, well, this was the whole point of why I did this. All right, before we go out to the shop, we gotta go tear out a tree real quick, but this cracks me up. He didn't get a burger. He said it's because he's not hungry, but I honestly think he can't hold it with his little claw of a hand. Did you get enough? I don't know. Keegan, you wanna drive? Here, catch. So a couple days ago, we just went and picked this up. A couple days ago, I had a lady ask how I got it off the trailer or on the trailer because she didn't realize that like this tilts. So I just told her, oh, well, it has this new feature where it actually jumps onto it with these really, you know, strong tires. They won't pop. That's how false information spreads, because believe it or not, she went, oh, that's really cool. That's, wow, I bet that's expensive. See that mountain? Crushed it. Crushed it. Whoa! Whoa! All right, so when these guys came to empty out some of this stuff, I was told that they were just going to try to clear out some of it. But apparently, according to one of the guys working here, they just told me they're going to try to get it all out this week. He said, we got started and our boss just basically said, hey, let's just move it all out. We've got another place we can put it. Let's move it out, get everything in one spot. And I'm kind of like, what? Because, I mean, I can't lie. It's been a nice paycheck coming from these guys every month. I don't have to worry about it. It's paying my mortgage here. But now, I mean, this place used to be packed. Since I've owned this property, I've never been able to walk around in it freely because it's been just riddled with stuff. So now I've got this whole space and I don't know what to do with it at all. Here's some cool stuff. Now that they're moving out, this is like an old bomb lift, Vietnam era or, Korean War era. They've got all of these, my brother calls them bombs, but I believe they're just fuel tanks. They just took a couple of wings out of here. There's parts that like warm up the turbines, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it is just, oh, so cool. So this is just like a third of the stuff they've already taken out. I mean, every inch of this place was used. Everybody's favorite who follows or ever has got a small glimpse of it is the fighter jet simulator. Look at that thing. Everybody wants one of these in their house. I would never get out of it. Imagine that hooked up to your screen. Makes your Forza game look pretty lame, doesn't it? So now that all this stuff is leaving, kind of in a conundrum. If they truly do get everything moved out, they said there is a possibility they might need another month and say come back for a load or whatever it is. But what do I do with this space? It's going. Apparently they're leaving, so I now need to figure out what to do. Right off the bat, I do know that I need to, fix a couple things while I can. This roof on this side I could never access because they had so much stuff here on the ground, but I'll be able to now access it to repair it. But I mean, the cool idea here would be to actually start to turn this into my actual shop / like public space for people to visit. Build a counter here, that goes all the way across where people would be sitting with computers to help with like bookings for like rental equipment or dumpsters, have equipment in the back that people could visibly see from inside, waiting room area, bathroom. I mean, we have 2 bathrooms right up front. So I don't know. Or I could just become a super cool, radical car YouTuber and just have all my cars here and tell you about how cool they are. I don't know about that. That reality is going to sink in. That won't happen. So even though these people are moving out, it does bring up the question, do I try to rent it for somebody else so I get that consistent long-term income coming in? But then I have to share the space again. And I feel like that aspect right there limits my growth. By somebody else being over there, it makes it harder for me to grow because I need more equipment, more people, and I got no place to put it. Like, this equipment needs to be inside in the wintertime. This kind of stuff, if I want to get man lifts and more trailers and, you know, maybe a semi, I need the space to put it. And it just gives me an opportunity to push myself to grow, because in reality, even though that's long-term guaranteed income, I could rent 2 or 3 more like dumpsters and it would pay what that rent was. So if I have more growth opportunity, I could replace the income that I got from these fighter pilots that were storing the stuff here by utilizing the space to my advantage. So it's something to think about. Do I want the easy money, or do I want, you know, the opportunity for more? So drop in the comments, what do we use the space for? Because I need to make some money. That's all there is to it. In the meantime, Keegan's getting this thing set up, gonna get a new battery wired up. Then he's gonna put together our sprayer, which again was 3 times the cost of what my actual mower is, but this is gonna be used to basically treat all of the gravel out here. Looks like you got it working. That's a bumpy ride right now. We need to smooth this out.
Don't even.
He blew it up. Well, I replaced 1 belt, but I did not replace 2. So
the one bad one broke?
I think that's what it was. That's a bummer.
Oh, there it is.
It sure is. That made a terrible noise for just a belt breaking though. Yeah. It just stopped moving and all of a sudden went boom!
The tractor also had a big vibrate. It was like...
Well, once your butt's done puckering, we'll move this. Yeah, we might have a shop somewhere by, but man, new battery, new sprayer, my $5,000 leveling platform I just bought. What the heck? Nothing ever works right. I'm sure it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I buried the pulleys underneath the mower into that rock mountain. Oh well. Keegan, you got that? Good deal. Gravel work gets these things so dusty. So we have it going out tomorrow for a rental, so we definitely got to clean it. But with that, guys, potential. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Are we going to build storage on top of it? Are we going to do shipping container storage where it's all mobile, so we have like, you know, 20 of them out here that are going in and out, in and out? Are we going to do only campground parking? Are we going to make it into a transfer station exclusively for my equipment? Nobody else uses the space, because everybody that actually does store stuff here is on a month-to-month contract, and as you can see, they hardly use it. It's just mostly for campers that are usually out, at least in the summertime. In the wintertime, there's more out here. Like I said earlier, we're losing income. I mean, easy income. They paid to rent the place, they got to use the place, and they didn't really bother me at all. So that money's being given up. Now I need to either rent it to somebody else for more, or I need to bring in the income myself by utilizing the space so I can justify it rather than just, you know, turning around and renting it. So drop in the comments, what are we doing next? Rolling Ops needs some ideas. But thanks for tuning in. Hope to catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully we're doing something fun or goofy. Hopefully we're at least making money. Catch you next time. Oh, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, you need to subscribe, like, and follow, especially if this is your 2nd or 3rd video. Is the only way this channel will continue to grow is if I see that it's providing value to you guys, well, and it's getting bigger. Ooh, diesel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like. Catch me in the next one.